Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we take a look at the track Flowers for the Grave by the Swedish rock band Normandie. This is the second track to be released from their upcoming fourth studio album titled Dopamine, which will be arriving 9th of February 2024. The band have been working away in the dark and have begun unveiling the beautiful secrets they've been working on, with the first track Blood in the Water really highlighting that negativity is contagious, that we're drawn to it as humans like sharks in the water, sensing that blood and really going for it. And it's an album that's really going to focus on the idea of chasing the high, chasing that feeling, those endorphins, chasing that dopamine, really searching for that high constantly, getting to a point in the future where our receptors are burnt out and we have to be medically induced that happiness that we search for. So going to see a very dystopian feel to this album. We certainly saw it from Blood in the Water, the idea of backstabbing and trying to get the high from kind of throwing others under the bus. So really strong in the way that first track came across and really showed a strong intro to the album. And now we do have this second track to check out as well. So will we celebrate its life or mourn its loss? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. Okay, I'm loving some of the elements we've got. I love this kind of almost electronic sounding styling that we have got. There's really like receptors firing in your brain. I really do like that. Also the ooze coming in, really chasing that high, that excitement, that feeling of pure ecstasy and joy. So I like how they're throwing little elements in that really do highlight that. And one thing I think is really, really clever. So in the verse, we see this kind of perspective of, are you blinded by the dream? So it's putting the onus onto somebody else that's trying to chase this future and not living in the moment. They're running low on dopamine, they're chasing fires till they're burning out. You can push yourself too hard sometimes and kind of miss what's going on around you because you're so busy and so tunnel visioned and focusing on one thing. So I can really see they're blending the track around this idea. And the same for the pre-chorus, we do see kind of that when nothing's enough to get high, this idea of kind of running out of ways to chase that feeling. So again, showing this dystopian side to the actual potential album and really seeing how that's being brought in with this track. But one thing I love that when they switch into the chorus, we switch to the we, this flipping perspective to these people that have been through that point where they've been constantly tried to chase their dreams and realize that they need to live in the moment. And I love how we've almost got this backing vocal as well to really show that inclusiveness, these group of people that have realized that we need to just live in this exact moment rather than constantly chasing success and chasing this high. So I love the way you've got this kind of disposition between the chorus and the verses to really show this kind of back and forth, almost like you're trying to reach out to somebody and tell them to just live in the moment and just enjoy the things that are going on around them.
Trading your days for gold, run for the finish line.
And I really love how we've got this line, don't you save the flowers for the grave. It's that kind of touching on that end of life and this idea that when you throw flowers on someone, you're kind of remembering them. But I love the way this almost got a double meaning on this. It's really smart the way they've put this together as this idea of you see flowers almost as flourishing, as blooming, so don't save your best till last. I love how it's kind of riddled in that metaphor and obviously tying in with the end of life and letting life pass you by and missing out on so many things. And there'll be people mourning you because they just haven't seen you or they've just not been able to really engage with you because you've been so busy chasing this singular dream. So that is a very, very clever lyric in the way that it has so much meaning built and packed into it. And even in the chorus, we've seen the tunnel light. The peace people have got to the end and realised, hang on a minute, I actually want to live my life and just kind of not let it just pass me by at a million miles an hour. We've also got with the visuals, the idea of driving, this journey really being incorporated to show this passing of time, that you're really just kind of zooming past everybody. So I really do like a way that a lot of these lyrics are really bending around this idea, but really in a very smart way. The idea of running in circles till you die, just chasing this same thing over and over and just chasing this, whether it be this feeling, this goal that you've got, and not just really kind of taking stock and appreciating the things that are going on around you. So I love how every single lyric really does blend in this very solid idea they've got engraved into the track. What another fantastic piece of songwriting we have got from the band. I was really impressed with Blood in the Water, and this one very much does the same. The idea of life passing you by, but I love the way they're telling this back and forth story. These people have been through that and are living in the moment, trying to reach out to somebody to really reclaim them from just letting life pass them by and really just trying to chase their dreams too heavily. And that lyric of don't you save flowers for the grave is so smart. This idea of no, don't bloom too late in life, don't kind of wait till the end to then be appreciated, things like that. There's so much going on in terms of the meaning that is coming through on the actual lyrics. And I love some of the choices as well, really having the guitars definitely focusing more towards this idea of these synapses firing, just constantly working forwards towards something, really just zooming past and shown in the visuals as well. It just really was an all-round strong track showing from the band. And I like how in verse 2 as well we switch to this point of burnout almost. Hazel eyes, tell me what's on your mind, thoughts like a civil war, eyes like a waterfall. This point where you get to that point where you're really just either someone that you know has passed on, or yourself, or just feel like you're falling apart because you're just getting to this point where you're so heavily burnt out because you've sold your soul, trading your days for gold. So really looking at time as a currency as well, running for the finish line till you're out of time. So really just showing this impact of trying to travel as fast as you can towards this end goal, and we're not taking the time just to appreciate the surroundings. So every lyric really strongly crafted into showing this idea of chasing that high, chasing that goal, and chasing that feeling. And I really love some of the music elements they did include in this track as well, but certainly another very strong showing from the band. I am really excited to get to hear this album when it does release next year. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. Which of the two is currently your favourite, Blood in the Water or Flowers for the Grave? I'm actually going to go with this one. As much as I was very impressed with Blood in the Water, this song really just has such strong meaning embedded into it, as much as Blood in the Water did as well. I think for some reason this just kind of stands out to me more, but both songs are certainly very impressive. If you haven't heard Blood in the Water yet, be sure to go and give it a listen, because that was another track that really showed a lot of lyrical brilliance in the meanings that it did convey. Also, if you would like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Dojo Analysis.